to Cherry's World.
It is my favorite time of the year, you guys. Welcome to Cherry's World. It is football season. And today we will be talking to a Super Bowl champion, Mr. Billy Miller. We're going to talk about some predictions. We're going to talk about Jay-Z and this NFL thing. We are just going to talk about the NFL, okay? Because I haven't really been on the NFL for like a couple years now, but is it time to give him a chance or is it not? I don't know. Sit down, stay tuned, get comfortable because we're going to have some discussions today. But first, we got to pay some bills. You know the drill.
Saria here, Chief Green Alchemist at Going to Natural. Do you know it takes less than 30 seconds for your skin products to enter your bloodstream? Yeah, so knowing what's in them, super important. We know you want what's best for you and your family. And here at Going to Natural, so do we. We care about the environment, we care about the animals, and most importantly, we care about you. We offer free support for your healthy journey and love providing affordable, all-natural products that are responsibly sourced, cruelty-free, luxurious, and always made with love. We're not just a shop, we're a community, and we'd love to have you. Browse our collection of plant-based skincare products and natural tips and tricks at shop.goingtonatural.com. That's shop.going2natural.com.
A conscious brand for a conscious community.
Use code LOVEEARTH for 15% off your first order.
Welcome to Cherry's World.
Okay, as a grown adult, do you feel like you can cheat on somebody you were never married to?
Good, right off the back, like I didn't even stretch. Like, okay, hold on. Do you feel like you can cheat on someone that you were never married to?
Yeah, like you were just dating. If you were dating, could you cheat?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because I think, for example, women cheat emotionally, men cheat physically. So for a woman, for sure, you can cheat. For a man, of course, right? Like I think both sides, but if you put it in the way you propose the question, women can for sure cheat. Because I think women cheat emotionally.
Right.
Women very rarely cheat just for the physical.
Right. Hey, that's a good point. And I've heard of women taking men.
That was a good pickup. That was like, you cleaned it up quick. I like that.
I've heard. No, seriously, I've heard of women taking men back for just having sex, random sex. But it's the phone calls, it's the dinner dates, that's the stuff that, oh, you emotionally attached to this bitch? Oh no, we can't come back from this.
Courtney, I got homeboys who are married or in serious relationships where they girls go, if you just go hit something,
yeah,
cool. But like you said, any phone conversations, anytime you embarrass me, now we got a problem.
Yeah.
Now it's a problem. But if you just go out with the fellas and hit something, as long as I don't find out about it, like I'm really not tripping.
Right.
And I think what that causes is for men to actually be more selective or even not cheat.
Yeah, it really does from what I've heard. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. From what I heard too, I say homeboys. It ain't me. But
I'm saying homeboys, yeah.
I thought men
it ain't me for sure.
Because let me tell you about this homegirl that I have. I have a homegirl who's bisexual who likes women, right?
Okay, I'm interested.
She's married.
Yeah, you didn't change the whole dynamic of conversation, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm painting a picture so you guys can understand. She's married and she's okay with her and her husband having threesomes. But her and her husband actually ended up getting a divorce because that wasn't enough for him. He would still go outside of the marriage and sleep with random women. So I think if a man's gonna cheat, he's gonna do it regardless.
Yeah, I heard that if your wife says you can have a threesome, she has to pick the girl. Like you can't bring the girl to the table. That's what I was always told.
My man, it's a again, I've heard there's a lot of rules to that. There's a lot of rules to the threesome game.
Yeah.
A lot. So not only does she have to pick, like you got to be careful how you touch. You got to be careful who gets the climax. You got to be careful. Like it's a lot of rules to the threesome game with your girl.
Yeah.
So like, go ahead.
It's like going to the strip club with your girl. Like she can do whatever she wants to the
girl.
girl.
No, she can get all the lap dances on the planet. Your ass better not get none.
Really?
Oh yeah, you go to the strip club, you can't touch nothing. They can do whatever in there. You can't touch nothing.
That's not fair. I've been to the strip club with people that I dated, and they can wild out. We're in a strip club.
No, I'm talking about the security won't let you do it.
Oh.
What I've heard. This is what I've heard.
Even the women, like you just got to be careful because I think that we're in an age now where everybody wants to be a little bit more experimental with their sexuality. You got people who are saying, I'm not sure I'm a man or a female. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. You
got all of this stuff, right? But at the end of the day, when it smacks you in the face, it's different, right? So then, like, your girl can say, I don't care, let's go, throw dollars, the girl can grind on you. But then when you're watching it, oh, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds good in theory,
That's
but
not
when it really
fair.
goes down,
That's not
it's
fair.
not fair. But here's the thing. Cherry, to be honest with you, if we went to a male strip club and then the dude is smacking you in the face with his penis, I wouldn't be comfortable.
I wouldn't either. I don't. You know
That's what I'm saying, right?
I don't like.
So like, there is a double standard between men and women because no man is gonna sit there and be like, yeah, like rub your balls on my girl's chest. Like that's not going down. Like you be trying to fight a nigga, excuse my language. You be trying to fight a brother outside the club. Like that's not gonna happen.
Right.
So there's a double standard, and if you don't understand the double standard, then you're in trouble. But if you don't even understand the double standard in respect to your girl, there's a problem.
But
So
don't
for
we
your
know
girl, you have to even understand if she can say you can do whatever you want, but you still have to have an understanding and a respect for her. Have to.
But Billy, don't we know that before we go in? Because I personally don't like male strip clubs because I don't want balls in my face and I don't like them putting their penis all on me. I think it's nasty, so I don't go. You know, if I go, I'm like way far in the back because I've been to bachelorette parties and stuff. I'm like way far in the back where I'm unreachable. But
Okay, can you stop right there? I got a question I need to ask you about bachelorette parties.
Sure.
What goes on at bachelorette parties? Like seriously, tell me what really goes on.
Let me put it like this. I've been to a bachelor party because all my friends have always been men. And I've been to a bachelorette party. Some of them are pretty much the same. We'll just leave it like that.
Oh, damn. Damn, why did you tell me that?
Some of them are clean and some, you know, like my sister-in-law, I wanted to throw her a bachelorette party and she completely refused. And I was like, you know, you're going to marry my brother. I think you should go and have fun. And she was like, oh, you're a wild girl. I don't think I can hang out with you. And she wouldn't go.
So does a bachelorette get any sexual favors?
I don't know.
What? Are you really? Are you about to get married, bro? Or like what's?
No, I'm already married. I want to know what goes on in the bachelorette party.
I mean, I don't know you, so I can't just get all it. Like, come on, bro.
Okay, so
like, Cherry, can you put him on game so I'm not the bad guy?
He's trying to save your heart. I'll put it to you like this. I've been to different kind of bachelorette parties, okay? One was tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets?
And the other one
got
wild. I'll just say that. The other one got wild. There were male strippers and there were female strippers, and it was a night.
It was an orgy. It was a big-ass orgy, yeah.
It was a night, and I took everybody's fucking cell phone. Let's just put it like that.
Oh, you're a good friend.
Yes. So, I'm sorry. Let's start our interview. Ladies and gentlemen.
First of all, I ain't say nothing. Let's clear that up. I ain't say nothing about nothing. I ain't had nothing to do with this conversation. I'm just glad that there's an understanding of everybody know who they married. You know who you married, bro.
Yeah.
You know who she married. And listen, both of y'all could be the best Christians on the planet, so this could not apply.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you know who you married, and you got to accept that. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
I was married for a very long time to a heathen, but I knew who I married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to roll with it. She was
That's
the devil, but she never changed who she was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, by the time, how old are you?
I'm 39.
All right, I'm 42. So you too old too. We too old to be trying to change people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's over.
Right.
And your wife is probably a good, outstanding citizen who loves Jesus and votes for Barack Obama and not Donald Trump. Like, we all on the same page.
Yeah.
But on the other side, there's some women who ain't like that. And they'll tell it. And the women I respect to tell you what's what from jump.
Yeah.
This is who I am. And just like a woman respects a man and say, this is who I am from jump. We just try to put on this face like we something different because I want to fall in love and it's cuddly and it's like, you know, Care Bears and shit. Like, that's not real.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Cherry. I'm done with that.
You know what? I love it. And I was going to introduce you, but I have other stuff to ask you now. Okay, so you said you were married to a heathen, which is awesome. You knew what you married, but did you expect for the heathen to turn into an angel once you were married?
I expected that through the experience of my career, the journey that we took, that this person would conform to my idea of what she could be. Now listen to me. If you could capitalize could, that's what I would do. Like as a man, you go like, well, I can change X, Y, and Z and then she'll be perfect. That was my mistake as a 23-year-old kid. This is what she could be.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you have this ideology of like all of these things will just conform her to me. It's not true. Right? I did more conforming than she did.
Wow.
So therefore, like when you look back at it, I can't even be mad at her. She came into it the exact same person that she went out in it. Didn't change.
You married who she could be, not who she was. And I heard that's like, that's how you know what real love is versus what's not real love. When you marry who they are. When you can accept somebody for who they are, flaws and all, and you still love them anyway.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I would agree with that.
Wow.
Me too.
So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Mr. Billy Miller. I named this show The American Dream, and the reason why is because Billy has truly lived his American dream. And not only did he live his American dream, but everybody knew him lived it with him. Because we all had the same dreams and aspirations for him once we got to know him. So Courtney, just to put you up on game and our listeners, Billy Miller was like the first and the love of my life, but he left me for a white girl.
Whoa. Carrie knows that's not true. And so we even talked about it and she knows it's not true. See how she's gonna try to put me on blast now.
Man.
I'm not saying I don't like white women. That's not what I'm saying. But
shit got
Carrie's
real.
dead wrong for that because she know damn well she broke up with me. Probably for Urkel and somebody else. I don't know what it was.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Urkel, but go ahead. I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was, but you know damn well she broke up with me. And that's cool. Like, I ain't tripping. Let bygones be bygones. Listen, I love Cherry to death. She's always been a sister to me. She's always been somebody close to my heart.
Right.
I love her to death. But this whole broke with me for a white girl thing. And again, white women who listen, I'm not being biased. But I'm saying she ain't telling the truth.
He loves white women. Now, okay, so my recollection is not always the best. And I will stick up for Billy and say I probably did break up with him. I was young. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know Billy to ever be a liar.
Oh, okay, that's good.
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was, and this is the truth because this sounds like an adult show.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I was coming from, like, Cherry Johnson was always like the movie star, the TV star. She was a little bit sheltered. I grew up in South Central LA, and I grew up a lot faster than I should have. I was having sex at 12.
Oh.
So by the time I met Cherry, I'm ready to get action. Like, I'm ready, like, what's up? She's my girlfriend. So I'm like, if you're my girl, then we need to be out. And Cherry wasn't there yet. And to her credit, we never did more than just, as someone would say now, hook up.
Yeah.
She was a good girl and is a good girl. Sorry, the was makes it sound weird.
Thank you.
She is a good girl, and that situation just never happened. And I think that at the time, because I was young and immature, it pulled us vastly away from each other because I wanted more because I was used to it already by 3 or 4 years.
He scared the shit out of me.
That's dope.
So like for her, like she had every right to say, you're too much. Like you're too fast. I'm not there yet. So she had every right to break up with me. But it wasn't like, listen, at the time, I had never touched a white woman a day in my life. Once Cherry hurt me, then the white woman was exposed and it was over and I couldn't help it.
Wait, not only just hurt him, but he went to my elementary school best friend.
Oh.
That's the white woman.
I didn't know that.
The shit getting real on here, boy.
Hey, you didn't even know what you was walking into, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, I sure didn't.
You just thought I was just another dude that you'd be like, he was cool, well, who's next? You know what I'm saying? Where's Cedric Sabalas? Let's bring Cedric Sabalas back, play for the Lakers. Let's do something else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to ask my questions now.
No, I have to give Billy a hard time because it's like a banter, and anybody that I know, the people from high school are going to listen to this, and they're going to laugh because they went through this journey with Billy and I. And even though, I think we both broke each other's hearts at one point, there's an undeniable love that will forever be there. Like, I still don't know if Billy knows that I was at 90% of his home games when he played for USC cheering him on.
Wow. USC.
I did not know that. That.
I was there when you made your first touchdown. I was there when Keyshawn Johnson came out. Billy Miller went in, and boy, oh boy, we used to have a joke in the bleachers because I'd be like, if Billy scores first, then the team ain't got no chance. USC got this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you a question,
it's
Billy.
Like Young and the Restless right now.
Yeah,
it
really is. Let me ask you a question. What was it like for you going to high school with someone that's on TV?
So let me explain to you. Like, I have to give you a little bit of backstory to answer the question, not because I like to talk too much, but
no, go ahead.
I am in a good mood. But so you got to think, bro. Like, I'm fair skinned, and when I say fair skinned, if I get pulled over, I can say dude enough to get passed for white. I'm fair skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can give the vernacular to get out of a ticket.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, like, I grew up in South Central LA on 2nd Avenue in Slauson, like in the hood, like not pretend hood, like in the hood.
I believe.
And so for me, I grew up the white boy. So you have to understand, besides my grandmother and my mom, I did not know another white person until I was 13 years old.
Okay.
Oh, his mom.
I wouldn't even say no. I wouldn't even say no. I'm not sure I remember seeing another white person besides on TV.
Wow.
But, boy, everybody watched Funky Brewster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even being funny. I know, like, I don't know how Cherry feels about it, but like, that's facts. Like, that was a American show. That was like the Cosbys. That was a show that you just watched.
She's a legend.
Everybody watched. What'd you say?
She's a legend.
Absolutely. So then I move. So now I go from the white boy to the only nigga. Now, Cherry can attest to this. There was only 5 of us.
Yes, absolutely.
In a school of 2,000.
Said the only nigga.
5. So I go from the white boy who has to fight. At the time of 13, this is no joke, and I don't say this for kudos, like, for example. Yeah. Because of my skin tone, I by the time I was 13, I probably gotten 70 fights.
Damn.
Walking from the bus, like, because I was tall and I was big. And so if you can check Billy, then you control the rest of that grade. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're in the 6th grade, you want to check the 5th graders, you pick on the biggest nigga. Excuse me. What was the grown show? Excuse my language, though. You pick on the biggest cat.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, now you check everybody. So I was always a dude. I I've probably done 3 fights a week
Aw.
defending myself or something. I'm like, bro, my dad's a gangster. My uncle's so dope. My other uncle runs Grape Street. Like, my other uncle runs Hoover. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And right by my family was like, this is how it is. Figure it out. So
Speaking
then to go to Westlake,
oh, God.
like, uncomfortable. Now, what happened was, I wouldn't even say a growth spurt. I went through an athletic spurt where I became a really good athlete by my freshman year. Really good.
Amazing.
And so what happened was, now I was accepted, but never really brought into the fold. They accepted me because I could play ball.
Right.
But I had one friend, still my best friend today. His name is Ryan Dyer. That's my guy.
Yeah.
But besides that, everybody else accepted me because I could help the school.
Right.
I was something special. But for me, I was still looking for a black girl.
Hello?
I wasn't trying to mess with no white girls.
Right.
So then I meet Cherry, and I'm in shock. Like, again, I'm from, like, if anybody grew up in the hood, like, meeting somebody who's on television was like she had an aura around her.
Yeah.
Now, she didn't act like that. She
Right.
didn't portray herself like that. She didn't come off with no cockiness. She didn't, like, nothing about her.
Right.
But still, like, this is Cherry. Damn, she thinks I'm cute. Like, well, damn, like, this, like, we good.
Right.
So then coming there to answer your question, to date someone like that, everybody knew her and everybody knew me. Now, if she would have not broke up with me, we could have been a power couple at Westlake. But she was tripping. She was dating Urkel or something. I don't know what she was doing.
Urkel. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Urkel.
I was not ready to give up.
She didn't listen. She never touched that dude. I just like to say it to tease her. But like for her, I think that it was just, again, I was too fast. I wanted something that she wasn't ready for, and she was justified by what she did. But for me, it was like, at first I was in awe, and then after that it became just her.
Yeah.
Met her mom. Her mom was amazing, like amazing. I loved her mom. Her mom loved me. Like, it was cool. Like, everything was good.
Yeah.
And then it just, just what it is.
Yeah, she definitely ain't her character. I'm learning that. Like, she's definitely not her characters.
No,
Never. She's never been that way though.
Right.
She's always been so relatable and down to earth.
Yeah.
That it kind of like is weird, right? Like, because
Too relatable.
she was making money when I was still stealing from the grocery store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how down to earth she was, and how, this sounds weird, but how in touch she was with being black at that time.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I love my blackness. That's why Billy came to the school. I was like, oh, and he's not short and he's fresh meat. I'm getting that. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I was excited. And then what a lot of people don't realize is, not only did Billy and I go to school together, Billy's dad worked at Sony.
Oh.
So I would see his dad almost every day when I went to work, and his dad would be like, hey, baby girl, how you doing? I'd be like, hi, daddy, how are you? So in my head, I grew up thinking, oh, Billy will be my husband one day. We're going to have this happy little family. And, he comes from great stock. His mom actually gave me my first little relationship advice, Billy. I don't even think you know that.
I don't. She always doing that shit though, but let me hear this, because I need to call her in a minute anyway.
You know what your mama told me? Don't worry about that girl. He just chasing that fast ass white girl. He'll be back.
And my mom's white.
His mama's white. That's what his mama told me. And I told her, you think so? And she said, yeah, he'll be back. And I love it. His mom is a G.
That's funny. My mom went to Crenshaw High School as the only white girl at Crenshaw High School.
Wow.
So my mom was in the R&B group when she was in high school.
She was in R&B group?
My mom was like Tina Marie. Like, we all know Tina. If you grown and you sexy, you know who Tina Marie is. Like,
yeah.
My mom was like my mom came to my house last week and cooked me pinto beans, red beans and rice, greens, and
Yes.
fried chicken. Like, my mom gets down. Like,
Yes.
if you close your eyes, you wouldn't even know my mom was white. And when I say white, Kent Tan is the whitest woman on the planet.
Yes. But we'll cuss
But-
your ass out, and when she
Yeah,
calls
nah,
you
she don't get down like that, though.
she's a sweetheart though. Like that's mama. That's always gonna be mama. So I'm sorry, we didn't spend enough talking about me and you.
My bad.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
I'm
It's-
long-winded with the question, but I had to get the backstory. I apologize.
No, the
I
backstory,
enjoyed it.
and this is called Cherry's World. So my whole purpose of this is to give people an opportunity to kind of get to know me and what's important in my life. So that's why you're here today, because Mr. Billy Miller has always been important in my life. He told you guys that he was a great athlete. What he didn't tell you guys is not only did the boy play football, he was an amazing basketball player too, to the point where I believe it was your junior year, Billy, they made you pick.
Yeah, so I don't like I like joking around, but I like talking about myself. But basketball was my first love.
Really?
And so I grew fast, right? So I was like I could dunk a basketball in the 7th grade. And when I say dunk a basketball, not barely put over one, like I could go, right? Because again, when you live like under or at the poverty line, I didn't have a basketball, so we would just go to the park with rocks and see if you could dunk the rock. And if you couldn't dunk the rock, like, you was getting embarrassed. Like, you know, bros in the hood, like, it's all about bounce.
Right.
Can you jump? Can you jump? Can you jump? So when I got to Westlake, this is a real story. My freshman year, we ran a play. It was an alley-oop play. At that time, no one in the history of Westlake High School had dunked a basketball.
We went.
No one had dunked a bruh. This is 1991, 1990. Like, something like, no one had dunked a basketball. Now, the school had only been in existence since like maybe 79. But no one had dunked a basketball.
Yeah.
So I'm at a freshman game. They asked me to play varsity, and I was like, nah, I want to stick with the homies because I still didn't trust white people. Now, again, like, I still live in Westlake, love white people to death. Don't get me wrong. But at the time, it was my mentality. And so I wanted to stick with the white people I knew. And so the first game I dunk a basketball, and it's on the cover of the Daily News. I'm on the freshman team. When's the last time somebody's on a freshman team is on the cover? Like, that don't happen.
Right.
And I just got done. Sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm giving a story. Being on the cover of the LA Times as a freshman football player.
Damn.
At Westlake. A freshman football player.
Yes.
Not playing varsity. A
Right.
freshman playing freshman. Because at the time, you had to be a certain age in order to play varsity.
Right.
I was young. I was 14. So unless you were 15, you couldn't play varsity. So for me, I was like, although this is weird, like, this is kind of dope.
Hell yeah.
But basketball is my first love. My son, who's now 6'5", he's going to be he is a sophomore. Should be starting school Wednesday.
Jeez.
Is 6'5". He's skinny as all outdoors, but I enjoy watching him play basketball more than I like watching any football, more than I like anything. Besides watching my daughter play softball, which I never thought I'd like softball before. But that's my love. Like, if I had an opportunity to go to Super Bowl or to go floor seats to a Laker game, I'm going to a Laker game. I'm about the Super Bowl.
Amazing.
Especially if the Lakers playing it, I'm there.
50-yard line of floor seats at the Lakers game. You telling me you taking floor seats? And I'm a big Lakers fan.
I will take 10th row basketball tickets over the sideline standing next to the head coach in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
It ain't even close.
Yeah, and if
I love basketball.
And for everybody listening, when he's saying he was on the cover of the newspaper, imagine being on Baller Alert or Shade Room. That's what being on the cover of you know what I mean? Because that's a big deal to be cover of a newspaper or anything as a freshman. That's a big deal.
Listen to me. I now laugh because, as you know because you're a Laker fan.
Yeah.
Lil Bronny, LeBron's son.
Yeah.
You cannot open your Instagram without seeing this kid. You
Right.
cannot.
Right.
Can you imagine if we had social media when I was growing up? First of all, I'd have been done because I got in way too much trouble. I'd have been in jail. I'd have been in jail for sure. But we didn't have social media. So in order to be, the LA Times covers all of LA County, which is huge, and I'm in Ventura County.
Right.
So in order to do that, you're saying something that at that time, I was more important than what the Raiders, the Rams, USC, or UCLA was doing.
That's a big fucking deal, man. Hell
Yeah.
It was crazy because before that, I was just like the white kid
Yeah.
coming from South Central LA. Listen, this is a true story. My 7th grade football team, Carson Colts in Carson,
Mhm.
we had 12 players. 7 made it to the NFL.
Wow.
Shit. Wow.
7 players on a 12-person team made
Damn.
it to the NFL. And if any of them, J.R. Redmond, like I can go down the list, Eric Whitfield, if any of these players look back and be like, Billy ain't gonna make it. And I played the longest.
Hmm.
And not because I'm bragging,
Yeah.
it's just crazy how the turn of events happened.
I didn't
'Cause
know.
these dudes were monsters.
I didn't know you played with Ewit.
Man, in Carson at the time, the Carson Colts were it. So it's like, how modern day, well, you guys are in Atlanta. Modern day now in California is everything. St. John Bosco, modern day, like it was like Carson Colts were it. It was the center of California. Like you either went to Carson or Banning. That was it.
Mm.
And so those two schools were it. So if you played in the little league of them, then you were supposed to filter into the high school. So everybody talked about it. Everybody was aware of it. Football was big then, not like it is now. But it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so for 7 dudes off that team to go to the league, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So that's more than half the team went to the league
Right.
on a 7th grade team. Crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. Who would have thought that? Like, all y'all make it to the very top together. That's crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy. So I have a question, Billy. We've been talking about parents of student athletes and notes that parents needed to take. Coach Banker was really instrumental in your high school football career and helping you get to where he wanted you to go and where you wanted to go. So much to the point where I was told by Coach Banker, you were to leave Billy Miller alone. You were not to date him ever again until he gets out of school. Can you just talk to the parents about some of the ways that your coach actually helped you succeed?
Well, so I have a lot of mixed emotions about Coach Banker now as an adult. But again, you have to think Coach Banker was probably, Cherry, what would you say, 26 years old when he was coaching? He was young.
He was young.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then just imagine if anybody, if we coach a basketball team and all of a sudden you get this young phenom, and I'm not, again, I know I'm coming off different than I am. I'm super humble. I really am. I don't
Yeah, toot your own horn, bro. You deserve that.
Look, Billy, I done had an ego for you since you was in the 9th grade. So you want me to do it?
Hey, you know what they say? If you don't toot your own horn, sometimes you won't hear a sound. Might as
You're
well.
right. So all of a sudden he gets something that he's never seen before.
Yeah.
So he treats me differently. And I feel that you always have to be careful. In general, this is not about Coach Benkert. If a coach is using a kid for his own benefit, there's a problem.
Yeah.
I coach high school football, right? I don't take a check for it. Not because I don't need it, which I don't, but because this is about the kids.
Yeah.
I got off the phone. The reason I was late, I just got off the phone with the college getting the kid a scholarship.
Oh,
Like to me, to me, it's about them. Like, I've had my journey. God blessed me athletically. Now, he's still blessing me, but it's different now. So for me, my opportunity is to give back to these kids, right? So now when you talk about a parent and trying to raise a kid and coaches, do I think Coach Baker helped me? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that coach poured everything he had into me because I was his way to get notoriety, as it was my way to get to USC. Listen, I came in not understand what grades meant, not fully understanding how important it, like, getting a 3.0 was, not understanding the qualifications that it takes to get to college, not understanding you don't want to go to JC, you have to take this class and this class. Like, all of those things he was instrumental in, right? Athletically, come on, man. I was me.
Yeah.
I was a number 2 player in the country behind Randy Moss.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it went Randy Moss receiver, Billy Miller receiver.
Dope.
So did he get me there? Nope, I did that.
Yeah.
Did he guide me correctly? He absolutely did. So when he coaches says, I'm going to get your kid a scholarship. No, he's not. You are going to get you a scholarship.
Right.
Ain't no coach going to do nothing for you.
Right.
You have to go get it. Now, the coach can make phone calls and he can help you make sure your grades are good, make sure you stay out of trouble, make sure, you date the right girls. So, Cherry, I'm sorry if he said that to you. He was wrong. But the coaches are there to guide the right people. Now, there's times when you got a kid that's not quite as good, and you need to get him a scholarship to Cal Poly. I know no one understands that in Atlanta. Y'all know what that is, but it's smaller schools.
Okay.
That's where the work comes in as a coach. Is the kid who's good but not quite there?
Right.
Are you fulfilling his dreams?
Right.
Not Randy Moss, not Tom Brady, not Drew Brees, not Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
The kid the kid that's not quite there but has potential. Are you working for him? That's a good coach. Now, again, on my high school team in tiny old Westlake, we had 3 dudes go to the NFL. Me, Craig O'Lindy, Eric Gunther. Which is still crazy for when I talk about Westlake. Westlake is the size of, I don't even know what size towns, maybe 50 square blocks.
Okay.
Westlake is tiny.
Yeah, it is.
Now, it's rich as hell. Like, you're not getting into Westlake if you don't make $750, you're not living here.
Oh wow.
You're not living here. It's impossible.
Damn.
In Westlake. So think about Calabasas, Drake, Kanye, blah blah blah. That's all like in the same area, Lake Sherwood. So every old rock star, every producer, Jimmy Jam, this area is very rich. You're not starting a family in Westlake. You're starting a family in Encino, and then you move to Westlake. You can't find a teardown for under $900,000. It's a different environment.
Yeah.
So out here, and I make that point to say, we both connected at the right time, me and my coach. We both connected at the same time. I elevated his career. He elevated mine. Care to answer your question?
Absolutely. Coaching kids today, you said you just got off the phone helping a kid get a scholarship. What are the things that parents could look for to know that their kid has the right coach?
Say that again, so I understand the question.
What are the attributes that a parent would look for if their kid aspires to go to the NFL or the NBA? What kind of coach do they want their kid to play for?
Very simple answer. Stop thinking your kid's going to the NBA or NFL. Stop. Stop thinking that your kid is special. Because again, the kids I'm surrounded with, whether Oaks Christian, Westlake, like all these great schools, like in our area, they're unbelievable. the chance of your kid actually making it to the NFL is 0.001%. So therefore, how do I get my kid to, like my son, let me give you an example. My son is 6'5". He's going to start on the basketball team, and he's going to be a sophomore. You know what we talk about every single day? MIT. We don't talk about playing basketball in the NFL. We talk about him. He speaks fluent Chinese already.
Whoa.
We talk about my son driving a Ferrari at 24 years old and traveling to China and being a boss. We don't talk about the NBA. Now, my son, I don't think, God bless him, is there yet. But the fact that these parents need to stop pressing their kids for the big picture. Because to be honest with you, I am 42 years old. Played football until I was 34 years old, 11 years in the NFL.
Nice.
One thing I regret is not taking school seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you change the mentality of your child to say, in order for you to be successful, get an education, we would stop having, I don't want to make this a different podcast, we would change the Black mentality. College is the goal. Not being a rapper, not playing basketball, not playing football, not doing all this social media shit.
Yeah.
Actually going to school and changing it from the inside out. It's like when everybody's mad at Jay-Z.
That was one of my next question. Yeah.
Like, stop. You cannot change anything. Social injustice or nothing from the outside. They laugh at you. And we know who they is.
Yeah.
They laugh at you.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask you about that, because it's perfect timing. Like I said, I'm always amazed by who Cherry knows and stuff like that. It's perfect timing. So with all this stuff that's going on, past couple of weeks with Colin Kaepernick and Jay-Z partnering with the NFL, so from a NFL player's standpoint, because how do you feel about all this?
What part are we talking about? We talking about Kaepernick? We talking about Jay-Z? We talking about JD? Because I know JD is a hot topic right now too.
Well, I found out the JD stuff was JD actually.
It was fake.
Yeah, it was fake news. I hate to say fake news. I don't want to sound like Trump, but it was fake. But
it wasn't true.
Yeah, it wasn't true. So, but like, well, okay, can we're interviewing you, but let me just give you this timetable for everybody that's listening.
Listen, bro, I want to know you as much as you want to know me, I promise.
Yeah, and for the listeners too, because a lot of people don't know the full timetable. And you can correct me, because I'm sure you probably know a lot more than me. But Colin Kaepernick came back that season. He lost his coach. Harbaugh went to Michigan. So he had Colin Kaepernick ended up having a new coach. So he got benched. And when he got benched, he got caught sitting down on the bench during the national anthem. The media came to him after the game and asked, "Why were you sitting down during the national anthem?" The media was looking for him to say, "Because I'm a poor loser," or whatever like that. He flipped the script and said, "No, I'm sitting down for, injustice toward Black men being killed unlawfully." And that was his story. Then a military veteran came to him and told him, "You do not sit down. That's disrespectful."
You are informed. I like it.
Yeah, he said this.
Thus far, all true story.
Okay. And a military vet came to him and said, "Do not sit down. That's disrespectful to the flag. If you want to show respect, take a knee." So he started taking a knee, and that's what led to that. Now, after this, a Marine
who has served a lot of tours came to him. Not just a normal dude that just failed out of training camp.
Right.
A real dude. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, here's the other. No, don't apologize. And then the other part is, Colin actually came back later on that season and played 2 games as a starter. He had a player option to come back to the 49ers. He tested free agency, and he never got a call back. Now, remember during that year, he was wearing pigs on his socks as the cops and stuff like that. He was also, this is what he was doing. And then also he had a chance to go to the Baltimore Ravens. His fiance said that Ray Lewis and the owner was Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson from Django, the Uncle Tom character. So they didn't want nothing to do with him. He had a chance to go to the Miami Dolphins.
Hold on. I'm going to cut you off. How long y'all got? Because this question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I
should be doing this, shouldn't I?
No, bro. Like, I like it. Like, here's the problem. She is the problem.
Why you say that?
So I'm going to let you finish, and then I'm going to go. But I wanted, because I got concussion issues, I just had to interrupt you.
Okay.
She is a problem.
Oh, Colin's
girlfriend.
You talking about Colin's girlfriend?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you were talking about Cher. I didn't know who you were talking about.
Oh, me?
No.
I didn't know. No, and the reason why I'm breaking this down, because I know we're going to make a point, and I want people to have the exact facts, because they want to make it seem like Jay-Z is stopping Colin Kaepernick from getting a job, and he had 4 opportunities that he didn't. That
he also went, as you remember, he also went to Seattle.
Yes.
Seattle said, "Listen, we like you. We want you to have a job, and you have an opportunity to press our starter, which was Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to, at minimum, make $3 million. Let me repeat that in capital letters: $3 million to back him up if it doesn't work."
Facts.
Right?
Facts. Those are facts.
And my man said no, because they said, "Will you still take a knee?" Now, that's another story which I will get into.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Kaepernick has had an opportunity to have a job
multiple times.
Hold on, before I start, my man, I'm sorry. Are you done?
Pretty much. I was just going to just say what happened to him down in Miami. He had a chance to go to Miami. He wore a Castro shirt down there. So you can't do that. You can't wear a Castro shirt down in Miami.
Not in Miami. You can do that in L.A.
Yeah. See,
in L.A. it's fashion. In Miami, it's a problem. And
see, I don't want us to come across as like we're piling on Colin Kaepernick. We're listing facts. This is what really happened. I'm not saying he was wrong or right. I'm just saying this is what really happened. If you ask, Jay-Z has nothing to do with why he doesn't have a job.
And while you guys are doing this, I'm Googling the girlfriend, because this bitch better be bad.
Oh, she's a motherfucker, Cherry. She's something to deal with. But that's pretty much it, man. I wanted to lay that out for the listeners and Cherry or anybody else that didn't know all that. And now I want to get a NFL player's opinion on the whole thing.
All right, so I have a group text with a lot of former NFL players. And a couple of them run shows on Fox, on CBS, on NBC. Like, I'm not going to say names because I'm going to say some stuff.
Right.
Here's where we're at. Colin Kaepernick took a knee. Was he right? Absolutely. He was right. Colin Kaepernick stood behind what he wanted to get across. Is he right? Absolutely. He's right. Colin Kaepernick then made media appearances and Nike and everything. Was he right? Absolutely. But again, this is not about Kaepernick's job. The point of all of this was about black men getting unjustly killed.
Yep.
So if that's the point, then Colin, we don't give a fuck about your job. This is about you started something now. Do you deserve a statue? I believe you do.
Yeah.
But we are past your job. If this is what you stood up for, which again, I'm going to be bold enough. People ain't going to like it. I might get some, it ain't going to be fair. Colin Kaepernick didn't turn down that damn money they just gave him.
That's the other point I was going to get to. Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick did not
explain that for people that don't know.
About.
Explain that for people that don't know.
So Kaepernick sued the NFL, basically saying that they had conspired against him, which let's say it's true. Right? But the word is, I will give a large range, anywhere between $20 and $15 million he took.
Wow,
So
I thought it was
he didn't get that much. I heard the settlement was $10 million, and that the lawyers got through.
No. Eric Reed got $10 million. Eric Reed got $10 million. The dude that still plays for the Carolina Panthers, still taking checks from the same white boys he swears to God is racist.
Yeah.
He's still taking the check from them.
Right.
And again, I played for owners, I won't say which one, that I could have swore was racist. I sure collected that check.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I just Googled her. Her name is Nessa. Nessa is bad at the motherfucker though.
That's
So what I'm saying is Colin Kaepernick took the, let's say at the low end it was 20. Because Kaepernick got more than 10, I promise you. I promise you.
I sure hope so. That ain't what I heard, but I hope so.
No, bro. I promise you. So you got to think he sued for future money.
Uh-huh.
Now, if Kaepernick was a starter the year before, took 49 Super Bowl, blah, 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 all the stuff he did, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's ousted when he takes a knee. So he has 2 games, but he doesn't count that because he's talking about what the ramifications was when he took a knee. So from that point, he sued for a lot of money. You got to think, what is the highest paid quarterback today is making $20 million a year?
I think about 30.
Okay, so you think they gave him 10? No chance. And the NFL is the biggest business besides Amazon and Apple.
Right.
You think in order to shut him up, they gave him 10? Nah, they didn't. Here you go. And then he picked up a Nike endorsement, which they raised his endorsement. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Kaepernick's making more than 99.99999% of America.
Right.
And he's still worried about a job. Listen, you made a stance, bro. And we all appreciate it because you brought something to the planet's attention that was wrong. And you were right for doing it. But when you do it,
you're right,
did
bro.
Martin Luther King say, I'm going to march to get a bigger church?
Right.
No, this was about the people.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King didn't say, I'm going to march in order to be the best pastor ever. He didn't do that.
Right.
Nor did Malcolm X, nor did anybody who I consider slightly, I'm not putting him in the same category. I'm just giving examples of people who stood up for injustice.
Yeah, you're right though. I listen to Stephen A. Smith, but you're right. I just Googled it. They gave him between 60 and 80 million in the settlement.
Okay, so I was short.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was 10 million. I don't know where I got that 10 million from.
No, bro. Like the NFL don't deal in 10 million is for Billy Miller, for just a player. 10 million ain't for Cap. Somebody who's a thorn in their side. They wrote a check to get rid of him. Now again, so let's go back to the original question when you talk about Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, who has done. If you think about what Jay-Z has done for the black community, him and Beyonce, are you kidding me?
Right.
I'm not sure many people in the celebrity world. I'm not talking about business people. I'm not talking about Oprah. I'm not, but from a rap standpoint, and an R&B standpoint, and a music standpoint, not many people have done more than Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Facts.
Right. So then you look at what he's done. And then now you think Jay-Z, hold on, capital letters again, because Jay-Z needs to call Kaepernick and get his approval.
Exactly.
Nigga, you don't get out of here.
He was doing it before.
If you don't beat it,
right.
Bruh, you did something that was appropriate at the time. But like Jay-Z said, I wholeheartedly agree. And I'll get to my point. We have to get past the knee. Right now, the sideline, they don't film the dudes that are taking a knee. Why? They're erasing it.
Yeah, exactly. Just told people that.
They control the media. So if they say, listen, don't film that no more. So now you think no players are taking a knee anymore. Why? Because they don't film it.
They don't film
You're
it.
not being on film. Right?
Yeah.
So then you look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z's going in now. Did Jay-Z work the Rock Nation joint? Did Jay-Z work it out for the best business opportunity? Again, Jay-Z told us 10 years ago, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He told you.
Right.
Of course it's about business. He's the first billionaire. Him and Beyonce can do whatever they want.
Right.
But at the same time, Jay-Z's like, between Meek Mill, Lil Wayne, black community, inmates, ain't nobody doing what Jay-Z's doing. Cap for damn sure ain't.
Right.
No.
You're not doing what Jay-Z's doing for the community. So
Right.
this is what I would say. Everybody shut up and give the man a chance. Because there is no more influential black man to me in America besides Barack Obama. Get a man a chance.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see what he can do.
I guess I'm gonna have to
Let's
go
see what he
back
can
and
do.
watch football this season, huh, Billy? It's okay if I start watching again.
Listen, I can't. Tomorrow I'm about to watch preseason games.
Yeah.
For one, I got homeboys that play, but like they say, baseball's America's pastime. Football makes 27,000 times more than baseball. Ain't nobody watching no damn baseball. Ain't nobody got 4 hours to watch one hit. Ain't nobody got time for that.
For real.
And you know what?
You don't even have to be an athlete to play baseball. Like, ain't nobody got time for that shit.
I got to go back real quick because you made a point. You said, I'm just Billy Miller. That's a sentiment that they gave Billy Miller. And I don't want our listeners to fall away listening to Billy Miller. Billy Miller has made football history. If you know anything about the Houston Texans, he made their first touchdown ever.
Dope.
That's history, Billy. How'd that make you feel,
I
Billy? NFL history, Billy.
That one play kept me in the league a lot longer than I felt I deserved to be.
Oh,
But
wow. Come
At
on.
the same time, no, being super humble, but at the same time, the other thing is people play football for different reasons,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're motivated by something. Most of the time, athletes are motivated by what? Money, right?
Yeah.
Billy was motivated by fear. I was petrified of getting cut. I got cut 7 times. Played 11 years, got cut 7 times. I was motivated by not being enough. Cherry, you know, I was motivated by not, even though my dad passed away at the second year of my NFL career, I was always petrified of not living up to his expectations.
Baby.
I played off of fear.
You did. Billy's dad, the NFL was definitely Billy's dad's dream. And the fact that the fact that daddy lived long enough to watch his baby go to the NFL was everything.
Man, hey man, I had never experienced being an athlete on that level, but some of my best memories growing up is because my grandfather meant so much to me. Me hitting a home run and him seeing it, or me hitting a game-winning shot and him seeing it. I mean, it was like 7th grade, 5th grade stuff, but for him to be there, man, like that means, especially now. I got a question I want to ask you though. You ever see this?
Yeah.
You ever seen this TV show called The Game?
I have.
Okay, I have never been to an NFL game before. No, wait, I take that back. I've been to one we got kicked out. We were tailgating at the Chiefs game. But is the NFL is being an NFL player anything similar to what The Game was like?
None of that. What's the show The Rock is on HBO?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I have never seen. I want to see clips.
I've seen it.
Let's take all of these shows. These shows are dramatized. Shit,
Okay.
Cherry, you can speak on this better than me. These shows are dramatized on the best and the worst,
Okay.
right? So they're going to show dudes doing cocaine. They're going to show dudes beating their wives. They're going to show dudes leaving their wives. They're going to show neglecting kids. Then they're going to show the dude with 17 gold chains. They're going to show the dude who's a superstar. They're going to show. They're not showing the other 80%.
Yeah.
The other 80% is normal people who just have a fantastic job.
Right.
All these shows are full of shit. Because you know what? The real show would be boring. The real show would be Billy Miller waking up at 5 a.m., cooking breakfast for his family before they wake up.
Aww.
Me going to work. Me going into film rooms. Me staying late with Drew Brees and watching film. Me getting home and cooking dinner again for my family.
Mm.
And then me studying my playbook till midnight before I go to bed and wake up again at 5 a.m. That's boring.
Yeah. And
Right.
I heard Drew Brees.
That's 80% of the league.
And I heard Drew Brees is in the film room all the time.
Drew Brees is the godfather of my kids.
Dope.
So like, that's my guy.
Dope.
I'm in Drew Brees' book, and not because I'm dick riding, so to say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it to be funny or cute or to get notoriety. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Right? So when you look at, like, when you pick a godfather,
Right.
you're picking someone who exemplifies things that you want your kids, heaven forbid, something to happen. You want someone who exemplifies what it means to be a man, a hard worker, a good person, a good citizen. All like that's Drew Brees. And I ain't dick riding. But like when you talk about a person, there is no one better.
Yeah.
There is not so forget the film room stuff. Listen, my man's about to be 40. He's going to play 20 years in the NFL as a quarterback.
Just like
He has every NFL record known to man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right?
I don't want to cut you guys off about Drew Brees.
Go ahead.
But our minutes are ticking, and we got another guest coming.
Cherry, we might need to turn this to a part 1 and part 2. We got shit to talk about, Cherry.
I know. I'm sorry, and we definitely will have to have you come back.
Welcome